I'm always attracted to the basket cases. This poor thing has had a hard life. The marking on the ferrule reads Yankee number 90, North Brothers Manufacturing, Philadelphia, PA, patented October 15, 1912. North Brothers marketed their number 90 plain screwdriver as one that could stand abuse. They even printed this anecdotal test in their 1920 catalog. "What's the Yankee plain screwdriver good for anyhow?" asked a certain hardware buyer of our Yankee toolman the other day. The Yankee toolman came back with, "I'll drive it straight through your counter or floor." Voicing his objection to the marring of counter or floor, the tool buyer proceeded to remove the lettering from a heavy sledge with a number 90 under the blows of a 1-pound hammer. Placing the screwdriver at an angle, he cut off a letter, and reversing it, he cut off another. Then he struck the number 90 laid flat until he had the blade at a slight angle and resumed the cutting on the sledge. Following which he straightened the blade and let his hammer go smashing down on the tool endwise. After careful examination, Mr. Tool Buyer gave his verdict. "The people who make that screwdriver know more about tempering steel and fastening on handles than I ever imagined anyone knew." Another catalog page shows a number 90 being driven through a 4-inch plank by a young Wilford Brimley. He also attempts to twist the wooden handle off the shaft. After reading all of that, I was confident that this old screwdriver would survive a rebending in my vise. Piece of cake. I knocked the worst of the patina off the shaft and ferrule with the wire wheel. I chucked the shank. Ack! No, not you, Chuck. Anyway, look how balanced it spins. Pretty good straightening job, Magdad. I gave the ferrule a good sanding, followed up by some Scotch-Brite. While I had it in the drill press, I also sanded the wood handle. I used a small file to reform this groove. I wrapped a dowel stick with sandpaper to sand the flutes. I sanded the tip and shaft by hand with emery paper. I used my little anvil as a flat surface when sanding the tip. Here's the shaft and tip after sanding. I think these notches might have been a previous owner marking his or her tool for identification. I repainted the handle with flat black and top coated with matte clear. I like the look of the matte clear finish. Hey Chuck, what do we have left to do? Blitz it! This is Chuck's favorite part. Watch the paint, Magdad. I really like old wood handle screwdrivers. These Yankee number 90s were built to last. I find it very rewarding to bring a beat-up old tool like this back to life. Somewhere along the line, someone cared enough about this screwdriver to mark it as their own. I'd like to think they would be happy to see their tool saved from the scrap pile and restored. I have another Yankee number 90 that I posted on Instagram a while ago. I decided to sacrifice this screwdriver and try the torture tests that were in the old North Brothers catalogs. The first test I tried was driving the screwdriver through a 2x4. The number 90 appeared unscathed. This is a rivet I made out of a common nail. I used the number 90 like a chisel. I stopped when I felt the handle crack. I was able to cut into the nail. The tip looks like it fared pretty well, and this is why you don't use your screwdriver as a chisel. I figured I might as well try the torque test. I torqued the handle pretty good with the channel locks, but I didn't hear any cracking. You can see the marks the pliers made. The crack is pretty bad. It looked like the handle pushed itself over the ferrule. It looks like I'm going to have to restore this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.